organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
A huge milestone for Dance Marathon, breaking the 2 million barrier. Our Dance Marathon correspondents take you to the wild and emotional moment.
Is there more trouble ahead for AIB students? The answer is yes. Find out why coming up.
In a miniature toy car, a gun, a suspect at large. We were on the scene.
And in sports, basketball and wrestling takeover. We'll recap it all just ahead.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Katie Sextro.
And I'm Hannah Adamson.
Our lead story tonight, police are investigating a Craigslist sale turned armed robbery just blocks from downtown Iowa City. It all started around 11 a.m. this morning when this man arranged to meet a potential buyer for his radio-controlled truck. He told the buyer to meet him at work, a business near the corner of Court and Lynn Street. The man, Sean Knepp, told us how it all happened. What started as simple bargaining soon turned ugly. The two haggled heatedly over the price. Then Knepp said he wouldn't sell it at all. That's when the buyer pulled out a gun. The man grabbed the toy car and took off. But Knepp wasn't giving up so easily.
I followed up right behind him, grabbed a hold of him, and he hit me with the gun, and I grabbed him, tried to restrain him, but he immediately started pushing me into the walls, and I held him by his coat.
The thief got away, leaving the now damaged truck behind. Iowa City police say they don't believe the public is in danger. Reports describe the suspect as a 300-pound, 5'4" white male wearing a bloody tan jacket and blue jeans. If you have any information on the whereabouts of this man, contact Iowa City Police.
More details are now emerging from the planned partnership between AIB and the University of Iowa. AIB students are finding out that any arrangement between the two universities is not going to benefit them at all. A vast difference in admissions requirements means AIB students may not be able to continue their education at the new Regional Regents Center, even if they want to. UI officials say transfer AIB students won't be grandfathered in. They'll be treated like any other transfer student. The UI admits students based on the RAI score, a complex formula that combines GPA, ACT, and class rank. AIB does not. The UI requires a specific number of high school courses in science, math, English. AIB does not. UI requires students to complete 4 years of a foreign language before they can get a diploma. AIB does not. In fact, all you need to be admitted to AIB is a 2.5 GPA and an ACT score of 18. Those who can't make the cut will have to look elsewhere for next semester.
That certainly is hard to swallow. And adding to that concern, athletes at AIB will cease to have teams to play for when the sports programs end come May. For athletes paying on scholarship, that's not easy to take. Michelle Nago has more.
When senior Rob Ingram plays his last baseball game as an AIB Eagle, he knows it'll be an extra bittersweet goodbye. Announcements of a University of Iowa and AIB School of Business merger on January 26 had many students and faculty members feeling left in the dark.
This is a waste. If I'm in the hole for nothing, do I get a diploma? Is it going to mean anything? Am I going to get to play my senior year, potentially my final baseball season ever?
On Thursday, President Sally Mason said she would not take on the AIB students as Hawkeyes. The university will no longer merge with the private institution, but instead, the Des Moines campus will become the new Regional Regents Center. With AIB still closing its doors, its athletic programs are also being forced to shut down after this spring. For the athletes, this means giving up the sports they love.
I'm sure I'm going to shed a lot of tears, and we call each other family.
Student athletes would keep their scholarships should they choose to transfer to Iowa, though that doesn't mean they could continue to play. AIB Athletic Director Al Dornkamp says there's nothing left to do but to make the best of the situation for the athletes.
Really, our role is to work with each individual on their goals and dreams and plans, and do what we can to assist them and help them along the way.
The university refused to comment on the future of AIB athletics because they say those students are not their athletes. Reporting from the University of Iowa, Michelle Nago, Daily Iowan TV.
This process seems to be far from over.
We will keep you up to date as we learn how this is all going to shake out.
If you've been around the Penncrest lately, you probably noticed the Golden Dome's flag at half-staff. That's because Governor Branstad gave the order in honor of local firefighter Michael Cooper, who was killed in the line of duty last month.
Yeah, guys, and you can see that here on a shot from our Penncrest cam earlier today. But you'll also see the big meltdown from this weekend, and while the sun didn't quite get the job done, things did warm up to the early 40s today. Still a little too early to break out those spring jackets, though, as tomorrow looks to be colder with cloud-covered skies and then temperatures dropping into the low 20s tomorrow night. The rest of the week will be fairly similar. We may see snow on Tuesday, and Thursday will be a little bit chillier with temps dropping to about 15 and 27 on Friday. And fellas, hot cocoa may be a good add-on to your Valentine's Day date, as temperatures on Saturday will be right around 30. Back to you guys at the desk.
$2 million has never looked so good. It was the first time a 2 led the Dance Marathon Tote Board, and that means over $2 million is going to help kids fighting cancer. Dancers ran on no caffeine nor sleep for the 24-hour event, and despite a full evacuation of the IMU for a false fire alarm, energy only grew. Our around-the-clock Dance Marathon correspondents were there through it all.
Well, thousands were there to dance, and so were our Daily Iowan Dance Marathon team of reporters. Here's a wrap-up of all the action.
I'm Austin Love here at Dance Marathon 21. It is 12:30 at night and these people are still rocking. They'll keep going on all day long, dancing for the kids. Let's go check out what they're doing. Who are you guys here for?
Hey guys, Chelsea Brown standing alongside Daily Iowan TV reporter Hannah Thompson, as well as DM event chair. Hannah, how's the night been going? How are you feeling?
It's been so far so good. We're coming up on hour 18. It's been long and hard, but you know, it's been totally awesome and totally worth it. I'm actually not doing too bad right now, so hopefully it keeps going like this.
Hey guys, Nick Fisher standing here outside the Iowa Memorial Union main ballroom where graduation just wrapped up. 19 kids crossed the stage, marking 5 years cancer-free. In total, 24 kids graduated here at the Iowa Memorial Union. All the graduates endured many surgeries and countless hours spent in the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, and can all officially say they've beat cancer.
And I'm outside the IMU ballroom where Power Hour is halfway through. I'm here with Rebecca. Rebecca, how do you feel?
I'm feeling great. It's so much fun. The energy just makes you awake and you just feel like you can conquer the world.
Now, after 24 hours, how does it feel to finally be at the finish line?
It feels good. I mean, there's definitely some hard times throughout the night, but this is like, you know, the last push, the final push to the end, and it's amazing.
One Iowa City bank wants to make getting money a more welcoming experience for immigrants to Iowa City. ATMs at Hills Bank now offer Mandarin Chinese as a language option. The change comes as Iowa City and the university push to coin Iowa City an international welcoming city. The plan would cater to international residents to make them feel more at home. Of over 4,000 international students enrolled at this university this year, more than half are from China. Suyin Ma with the UI's international program says this small change can even help enlighten domestic students.
I think like when some domestics see the Chinese option, they may start thinking our community from a different perspective as a very international or global community. It could be a very positive and interesting for domestic students as well.
Right now, the Mandarin Chinese option is only available at the bank's downtown branch, but soon it hopes to update ATMs campus-wide. The talk around town is all basketball and wrestling tonight.
We'll send it over to Nick Fisher in the sports studio.
It was an absolutely full weekend here at the University of Iowa, and that's also true for Hawkeye sports action. Inside the Daily Iowan TV sports studio, I'm Nick Fisher. Lisa Bluter's bunch was back in action Thursday night inside Carver. The team held their own on the court, remaining undefeated at home. Sports reporter Chelsea Brown was there and has the highlights.
Going into this matchup against Ohio State, the Iowa women's basketball team had their eye on two key scorers, Kelsey Mitchell and Amaris Alston, and knew they needed to shut them down. Iowa trying to maintain their undefeated record at home, and they start out on fire. Sam Logic with the steal here, and a pass to Allie Disterhoff finds Whitney Jennings under the hoop. Good for a layup and a 15-10 lead for the Hawkeyes. They continue their streak. This time, Allie Disterhoff goes in for the layup, now 34-18. Melissa Dixon grabs the steal here and gets the rebound, but it's Callie Peschel who goes in for the drive. Hawkeyes up 41-29 at half. Things started shaky for the Hawkeyes in the second half, and the leading team scorer for the Buckeyes, Kelsey Mitchell, sinks a three to make this game interesting, and Ohio State only down by 1. The Hawkeyes find their first half rhythm, and Allie Disterhoff helps finish this one off with a final score of 73-65. Head coach Lisa Bluter was pleased with the team's defense, cutting in half both Alston and Mitchell's total points, but says their turnovers in the second half could have been costly.
I mean, again, our fast break was so there in the first half, and I think the second half, you know, they did a great job of getting back, and I think we had some turnovers trying to push it. But it's hard when, you know, when you've been successful at it and you've been able to push, it's hard to kind of pull back the reins a little bit.
It was a win for the Hawkeyes today, but Coach Bluter knows they still have Ohio State on their future schedule. For that game, the Hawkeyes head to Columbus to take on the Buckeyes February 21st. For more on this Hawkeye win, I'll toss it over to Laura Belanda with more on some Hawkeye bests.
Thanks, Chelsea. Not only did the team walk away with a Big Ten victory, but 3 Hawkeye seniors had the satisfaction of setting a few new records. Sam Logic, Bethany Doolittle, and Melissa Dixon have been the motor behind this Iowa basketball team, helping them to reach a record of 45-13 over the past 2 seasons. The 16th ranked Hawkeyes are led by this senior core, who have made their way to the record books over their years playing for head coach Lisa Bluter. Number 22 starting guard Sam Logic moved up in the Big Ten rankings after their defeat over Ohio State to the 5th all-time record of assists, with a record of 787. Logic has also been named to the Lieberman Award watch list for her 2nd consecutive year and was named Academic All-District. Another starting senior guard, number 21 Melissa Dixon, has been recognized in the Big Ten Conference as the 3rd all-time three-point shooter, with a career of 296. She scored 13 points against Ohio State, 9 of those from behind the arc, putting her at the top of the rankings in Iowa women's basketball history for most three-pointers. And at the other end of the court, number 51 Bethany Doolittle does a lot for the Hawks defensively, being named in the Iowa record books as the 2nd all-time leader in total blocks with 238. She added up 5 blocks against Ohio State with 13 total rebounds. And not only did she take over on defense, but also came out with a total of 19 points after Thursday's game. Talent is filling this Hawkeye roster, and with the team's return to Carver on February 15th against Indiana, they hope to keep their 13-0 record alive on their home court. Reporting inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, this is Laura Belanda from Daily Iowan TV Sports.
They continue their Big Ten domination as they took down Wisconsin 87-75 earlier today. On the flip side, the men's basketball team battled a new Big Ten team just this afternoon when the Maryland Terrapins came to Carver Hawkeye Arena for the first time. Earlier this year, we got a chance to sit down with Maryland senior Des Wells, where he told us about some connections he has with Iowa.
Pretty good friends with him. We were at camp together this summer. You know, I got a chance to really get to know him as a person. You know, he's really cool. You know, I'm excited to play against him again.
This being only the 4th time ever playing Iowa in program history, Des knew that Carver would be one-of-a-kind arena.
I don't mind. I'm playing in the Lions Den. I'm going to be who I am regardless. So, but I'm excited to play in Iowa though. I heard they have a really good student section. So I think that'll be exciting and just soaking up all this experience, you know, because you only get this one time.
Carver must have really got to the Terps as they fell earlier today 71-55. And for an extended look at tonight's matchup, make sure to tune in tomorrow to Daily Iowan TV. The top-ranked University of Iowa wrestling team won both of their duels on the road this weekend. Friday night, they clinched 9 out of 10 bouts to defeat the Maryland Terrapins 33-3. At 157 pounds, Michael Kelly was the sole Hawkeye to not get a win. Iowa then went on to clinch a share of the Big Ten Conference regular season title by winning in a close matchup between Penn State 18-12. Brandon Sorensen claimed his 5th straight win over ranked opponents. And at 174 weight class, Mike Evans lost for the first time this season against Penn State's Matt Brown. And heavyweight Bobby Telford improved to 8-1 over ranked opponents. Make sure to tune in to Daily Iowan TV Thursday for our match side coverage, as we'll have more on this matchup and a preview of Michigan and Virginia as they take their trip to Carver this weekend. That's all I have for you here in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nick. That's all for tonight.
Thanks for watching and have a good night.
Can't pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan? Well, look no further. You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. If it happens, it's news to us.